Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Appreciate you hopping on with us on this Monday. Hopefully you're having a good day. It's President's Day here in the States, and
Yes,
so we thank everybody who has contributed to all of that for today. I'm going to be talking about today something that was really a struggle for us in the beginning when we started our business.
Yeah.
It was this thought that because we were new that we didn't have any credibility.
Yep.
Okay, if you've ever felt that way, drop me a 1 in the comments, because it's something that is really kind of hard to overcome when you're first starting out in network marketing. And even if you've been in it for a little bit, with your new teammates as they're coming on, it's something that they feel like, oh my gosh, like I've never done this before. This is all brand new. Who am I to, get people to join me and have that credibility that, I've had all this massive success, and so you should join me so that we can, rock it, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a little bit of that imposter syndrome, just feeling like, who's going to follow me? Who's going to join me? I don't know anything about this, and I don't have this massive team and tons of money, right? So, and we feel like that when we start out, like who's going to join me?
And also,
and who's going to take it seriously?
Right? And also like, oh my gosh, I'm new, so I have to information gorge.
Yeah.
Like I have to know everything. I've got to know the comp plan. I've got to know all about the products. I've got to be able to answer any and all questions that come my way. I've got to be like the gatekeeper of all the knowledge.
Yep.
If you've ever felt that way, drop me a 2 in the comments. Because those two go hand in hand. We first feel like, oh my gosh, we don't know anything, so there's no reason that anybody would join us. And secondly, because of that,
because of that, and then suddenly, okay, I've got to suddenly do all this training and study, so that I know everything before I can finally take action and make a move, right?
And have the confidence, right?
Yeah,
You've got to have that knowledge as a confidence-backed thing to be able to move forward. But here's the thing, you guys, that thought process is actually kind of dangerous.
It is.
It can really get you stuck and can sabotage your momentum, because let's put this into perspective, okay? If you have to learn everything from your upline, they have to teach you everything, right? They have to teach you how to cold market prospect. They have to teach you how to warm market prospect. They have to teach you about the comp plan. They have to teach you about the products. They have to talk to you about everything. How much time is invested in that conversation?
Yeah.
Just one conversation. And then if you feel like you have to now do that to everybody that you bring on board, how much time are you spending?
How effective is that? I mean, you're spending tons of time, right? Especially as you start bringing more and more people on. That's instead of being able to focus on building your business, you're now focusing on teaching everything to everyone, right?
So where does it take your focus?
Yeah.
Are you building your business, or are you training at that point?
Yeah.
And the reason that we bring this up is because a lot of times we get so focused on what our role in our business is that we're focused on, like, I need to teach my people.
Yeah.
I need to teach my people. I need to make sure that I'm there for them for this, which as a team sport, if you're building a team in an organization, that's true to a point.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, you guys. You are not the most important thing in your business.
Nope.
As far as duplication goes and the heavy lifting. If you want to build a long-term organization, now that may sound a little bit contradictory, like, what do you mean I'm not like the main person in my business? Okay, you are the main asset in your business because of your ability to teach and to direct and to point to tools, right? To point to the system.
Yeah.
Maybe implementing a system if you don't have an effective one already. But your goal in your business is to make it duplicatable for everybody. And we are each unique. We have unique talents. We have strengths. We've got weaknesses. And if we're just carbon copies of carbon copies of carbon copies, is that really going to be an effective business?
And you are also not responsible for the people you bring on, right?
Okay, and that's a hard one, you guys, because how many times, and we're guilty of it,
Yep.
when you bring somebody on, like, you feel like the mom and the daddy of this new little baby chick, right? That you just need to foster and help them get on their feet and get going, and you want to see them succeed, and you have all this passion about helping them move forward, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, but
If you go into management mode, again, is that effective?
are you building your business? Okay, so there's a couple things that you might be going like, well, what the heck? Like, of course I'm responsible for my team, and I'm, the most important thing in my business, and I want duplication, and I want all these things. But here's the thing, you guys, if you're focusing on you, if you are the most important piece of your business,
your business won't grow.
You're not going to have the duplication and the leverage that you really want long term. Okay,
Yep.
short term, great. But long term, You want a business that is going to be able to thrive whether you're there or not. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of having the financial freedom piece of it, isn't it?
Yep.
It's not just get a bunch of people on and make them do slave labor, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But it is that you need to create systems so that people who come on feel like, A, they can do it.
Mhm.
They don't have to be you.
Yeah.
They can be them and still make it work, right? I mean, if you think about McDonald's, okay, what is the average age of a manager at McDonald's? They're not like these huge,
they're not
techie
MIT
graduates.
grads, right? That
Not
have-
typically, maybe some, but not typically.
Well, maybe some of them, but I mean, not typically, yeah. Most of them are not, these have this big degree in, business management, and they're out there running these McDonald's, and it takes these MIT tech people out there to run this business,
To
right?
scale it, to get
Yeah,
all the
right.
them advertising and all those kinds of things that
No,
go with it.
they're a bunch of usually 18 to about 25-year-olds, okay, most of them, and they run it just fine. And how come? It's because McDonald's has a system.
A very effective system.
A very effective system that they've mastered, right, over years and years and years. And basically all they're doing is they are plugging these 18 to 25, typically, year olds into a system. And that's the same thing with network marketing, you guys. What you're doing is you are simply taking new people, and it doesn't matter whether you are have this massive team and you're extremely successful, or you just started yesterday.
Yep.
All you have to be able to do in network marketing is to be able to, just like McDonald's, be able to plug people into a system. In your team or your company, most likely already has that system in place. If you're in a network marketing company that has been around for a while, right? They have a system already up and going, and all that you have to do, whether you're a big guru or just started yesterday, is plug them in. Be able to point them towards tools and a system and events.
Because here's the thing, you guys. A lot of times people get this complex of, I'm new-itis, I'm going to call it. I'm new-itis, okay? That I just
I like
don't know.
that.
I'm new-itis. I don't know what to do. I don't know all these things. But the thing is, you guys, do you know how to access company events? Can you get there? Or just because you're new, do you not get to go? Of course you get to go, right? They want you there. That's where, they say leaders are born. Like the company events are very important. Do you have access to your company's website?
Or the back office, right?
Most likely the answer is yes.
I mean, just because you're just brand new and starting out doesn't mean, it's not like you have to get to a certain rank before you have access to the training and the back office and the events and all those things, right? You have access to that whether you are a big business builder or whether you're just starting out, right?
And that is what makes it so effective for you, is because it gives you the opportunity to be the tour guide, right?
Yep.
Where you get to say,
Hey, Tom.
this is where you check
Thanks
this
for
out,
hopping
right?
on.
And that's where you not being the most important piece of your business is very effective, because you can be like, hey, you need more in-depth training on the comp plan, check out this. Or you need help cold market prospecting, go to our central location, whether that be a website or a group or whatever, where you've already done training, and point to that.
Yep.
And that also allows your new person that you're bringing on to say, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't have to know everything.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, like, I don't know how to do everything myself.
And I'm just going to put this out there real quick, one of my favorite mentors that when we first got started in this business, he had a saying that he put out there all the time. He said, training doesn't work. Work trains.
Okay, you got to get in and you got to get moving with the system.
If you spend all your time focusing on training others or yourself
and not acting,
not actually going out there, meeting people and, building a relationship, your business is never going to go anywhere. You actually need to go out, do the work, and you will actually learn as you work.
Yep. And when it comes to systems, there are some companies that have a more effective system than others. There may be a company that you're a part of that is not, like, part of their system is not what you want to do in your business. Right. Does that mean that you just put your head in the sand and be like, oh, it's not going to work because they're not teaching something that is effective for how I want to build my business? The answer is no. There are many ways within the system that your company has in place for you to adapt maybe different things that are more effective for you. Specifically, I'm meaning online. There are a lot of companies that are still, trying to figure out the social media thing and how to do it effectively.
Right.
Or, they're still pushing the list of 100 people. They're The rest of our company's one of those.
Yep.
Okay, and I'll just say that. They teach, make your list of 100 people, talk to your friends and family, and that's not something...
And bring them to,
Yep.
Events.
And that's not something that we choose to do in our business, but the rest of it is very effective. And so we have been able to integrate what we're learning with online marketing into our opportunity, and it is still very much point to tools. We're just a guide, right?
Yep.
We're there to help and lift people where we can, but get people resourceful. And that's what you want to do in your business. It doesn't matter if you're new, okay? It actually gives you great leverage because you can be like, hey, I don't know, but, check this out, right? And so it helps your people that you're bringing on understand that they don't have to be this whiz. They don't have to be this, crazy, guru that knows all these, medical things if you're in health and wellness, or all these beauty tips and beauty hacks if, they're in beauty. They just know that they need to know how to direct people to get the information that they need and to be there to support them.
Absolutely. Which
is super, super, super important because a lot of times we get lost in the weeds thinking that we're micromanaging our people, that it's all about us. And it is not all about us. It's about them. It's about the people that we're serving. So instead of taking it from a frame of mind where it's all about me, like I've got to teach my team and I've got to do this and I've got to do all these things.
I've got to be the central figure.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah, it doesn't say if you're making your business dependent upon you, you're really kind of like hobbling yourself as far as future growth, because if something were to happen to you where you couldn't be at every single training meeting every single week, right? What's going to happen?
That?
What happens
if your team is so dependent on you being there and on you doing things, right, and directing them and guiding them?
Yep.
Yeah, when you're not able to be there, when something comes up, and the whole point of this business is so that we don't have to be to everything, right? It's the idea of getting out of a job, not having to be there physically, and having that money and that system working for you, right?
Well, and also for your teammates. So again, it's not like you're the head figure and then your worker bees do all the work.
Right.
But it's getting people resourceful to make their business what it is that they want. You guys, this is a business about possibilities. It is not about you. It's not about what you can provide, but it's about the possibilities of what the organization, the system can do for people, whether that be through their products or the opportunity. And so we'd like to challenge you if you have this kind of a thought process, because it's very, very common.
Yeah, if you're stuck in the I'm brand new, who's going to follow me? Nobody's going to take me seriously. You guys, it is dangerous.
Yep.
It is dangerous simply because you're not going to be stepping up and taking the action to reach out to people and to share what you have with the world, because you're worried that, oh my goodness, nobody's going to follow me. Nobody's going to take me serious. I don't know anything.
I've only been doing it for a week.
Right.
You know?
That's actually, it's dangerous to think that way, and it's actually really small to think that way.
Yep, because network marketing, you guys, the whole purpose of the business model, I mean, you don't have to do it all. That is the point of this.
Yep.
You do not have to do the shipping, typically. You do not have to do the cutting the checks, right? If you're new, you don't affect the compensation plan as far as how much everybody else gets paid, unless it's, directly related to your volume. But that's the thing that people get confused about. A lot of times when they get in, they think that they've got to go into management mode, because we're so used to, many of us coming from corporate type America, where we're employee mindset.
We're used to being directed, right? We're used to somebody telling us, to do this, to do that.
Yep.
When it's due, all those kinds of things. That's what our mind is already programmed to do.
Yep.
And what we don't realize is that's not the case here.
Nope.
Okay. All you simply need to do, and the biggest takeaway from this today, you guys, is simply just know that it doesn't matter if you're just starting or whether you've been in it for a while. All you are is, like my wife said earlier,
Karina, lovely to
you're a
see
tour
you,
guide.
Honey. Thank
right?
you for hopping on. Yep, tour guide.
You
Absolutely.
simply are pointing people to tools, pointing people to events, and plugging them into a system that is already running, right? Just like McDonald's, it's a perfected system that's already going, right? And has been. And that is the reason that they can just plug these teenagers in, usually, and run it effectively, is because they already have the system down.
Yep, and the same thing goes with a lot of your guys' companies that you're with. They may have a very effective system, but then again, maybe they don't. Yep. And that's another live topic about what to do if you don't have an effective system in place with your teams. What might you do to be able to create that for yourself and still use the I'm new, but we've got this awesome forward-facing thing that's going to do some massive, damage to the industry and get people to join you. Being new is not a crutch of inability to succeed.
It's actually...
It's actually quite empowering.
It is.
If you flip the script on it and you use it to your advantage, that, you know, this is a new fresh thing that we're doing and we have all these things in place, it is actually more attractive to a lot of people than doing it the same old redundant way.
Exactly.
Anyways, that's a topic for another live. We appreciate you joining us tonight, and we will catch you guys on Wednesday.
Yep. Thanks for hopping on, everybody.
Karita, it's so great to see you, hun.
Yeah.
Thanks again. And Tom, we appreciate your comments. If you get value, go ahead and
drop us a hashtag value
and share.
Yep.
And we will catch you guys on Wednesday.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
See you later.